Hello, we've been hard at work at vDoc.ai, and I wanted to make a quick video just explaining the tech stack and some of the technology we put together to create vDoc.ai. And first and foremost, it starts off with vDoc.ai's medical framework. It's important that people using vDoc.ai get to come in and practice medicine and actually implement the things that they're learning in school and in practice so they can actually have a place to practice all the vital skills for evidence-based care. And so the first and foremost thing that that was built was vDOC's medical framework that allows um, students to progress on a linear path that is based on best practices that are being used out in the field and that are published. The next item that one of our partners is a company called SimplyStream. So when a student logs into vDoc, they obviously have the ability to spin up a simulation, and there's lots of different cases that they can select, but that actually happens inside the simulation. So one of our partners, called SimplyStream, has developed a way to port Unreal Engine into WebGPU, which allows us to deploy the simulations anywhere a student has a Chrome browser and has internet. And so when we click this button, there's a lot of things happening actually. The SimplyStream is helping us detect the local device, and we can either serve them a pixel streaming version of the platform or a client side or a web GPU version that uses their local hardware. And so it allows us to mass deploy the platform. So it doesn't matter, if you're a medical school and you're using vDoc.ai to help hone in some skills of your students or to collect data on how your students are performing when they're presented with a patient encounter from start to finish. You don't have to worry about what device that they're on if they're going to be able to deploy it. As long as they have a PC with a mouse and a keyboard at this point and a Chrome browser, they can deploy it. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, and we'll see how fast this starts up here. So it says in the device, it's deploying the version that it sees fit. And here we got powered by SimplyStream, vDoc.ai. Actually, the system does cache some things, so it actually, the first time it loads up, it's a little slower, and then it speeds right back up. So again, our medical framework. So we've started the first version of vDoc will, first and foremost, it's built on, the medical framework is built to add on. So we have all of these different cases inside the organ system. We're starting with about 20 cases in the different organ systems, obviously infectious disease, through psychiatry, cardiology, pulmonology, going to infectious disease. One of the most common ones is pneumonia. One of the things that we did was obviously the cases that we chose. There's some ways you can make the case your engagement with vDoc a little more complex, but like by randomizing the cases. However, when most students are coming into vDoc for the first time, they want to do something very specific and linear. So you can select the specific case. Obviously, COVID-19 is in here, the big one, streptococcus, but we chose the cases that are in vDoc based on statistics on what the most encountered patient encounters in the United States that are actually happening inside the wards. So streptococcus. So another big partner of ours is a company called Convai, and they actually have created a platform that allows us to interact with AI patients, and it's really helped us kind of streamline the ability to talk to these patients. So I can demonstrate that for you. How are you doing today?
I've been better. This cough and fever are really getting to me. How about you?
So one of the most important pieces of vDoc is the ability to actually converse with patients that will feel real. They have feelings, their emotions change. One of the things you'll notice about this patient is that his oxygen levels, his saturation levels are not very good. And so the farther they get into that, I think one of the things we underestimate is that inside of a patient encounter in real life, when oxygen becomes a problem, things elevate very, very quickly. We mimic that inside vDoc, and we're able to do that with our help from our partners over at Convai. They also interact with you with their hand gestures and their eyeballs. How's your breathing today?
Still pretty rough. The shortness of breath seems to be getting worse. It's quite uncomfortable.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope it improves soon. Thanks for asking.
So one of the things we want to provide at vDoc is our complete patient encounter. So there's lots of things built inside the vDoc medical framework, but another one of the things that feel like we're leveraging is obviously Unreal Engine's Metahumans. We haven't seen a lot of things out in the field that are leveraging Metahumans to the extent that we are, but we are fully connected into these things, and we have lots of plans to progress for skin diseases, treatments. Obviously, you can see that the patient's breathing is getting worse. You see that yellow number rising. And so let's see if we can help them. I'm going to go and give you some oxygen, and we'll see if we can get your breathing under control, okay?
That sounds like a good idea. Thank you. I appreciate it.
We got our oxygen here. Multiple types of oxygen. Obviously, anything you see inside a ward, we're just going to give them a lot of oxygen so we can get this taken care of quickly. So he's got a non-rebreather, and that yellow number should, over time. So one of the things about the cases is, and the framework is, we're trying to fit a learning experience inside of, 10, 15, 20 minutes, depending on the case. And so you have the ability to deploy vDoc anywhere they have internet in a Chrome browser. You have Convai and all the integrations we've done with Convai to allow these patients to feel real, to act real, to have rich stories that are aligned with the individual medical cases. And then obviously we have Unreal Engine and their Metahumans. And as we continue to progress and integrate these, we feel like the technology is going to already provides an experience that does not exist today for students that are trying to practice medicine before they actually interact with real patients, and or sharpen skills if they've been out of it for a little bit. Specifically someone who's in the military that's going through the physical training, but they've been practicing medicine for the last 2 years in the residency. Lots of different areas that we feel like vDoc applies.
Could you tell me what the plan is for treating my condition? I'm also curious about the medications I've been given, and if there's anything else I should be aware of.
So the patients also can be curious. It depends on who they are, but one of the things that we've really worked hard on vDoc is to make sure that every patient encounter can be different, even if you're treating the same case. So you may come back into the streptococcus case, and it may feel and be different based on that patient, because they are attached to Convai and artificial intelligence, and they do progress. Some of them do progress very differently than others. So we're excited to showcase this. There's a lot more things to come. We will be continuing to build out what we're doing with vDoc and SimplyStream, Convai, and Metahumans, and working hard to bring medical students in medical training the most robust platform that's ever been built. Thank you and have a good day.